As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
Crying real tears. Oh, that hit a little too hard. That hit just a little too hard. I'm sad now.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of euthymia anyway?
Bitch, I fucking cried.
Is the Vision Hunt Decree abolished? Oh, gotcha. Paimon was super worried, you know. So, maybe the reason Yae Miko is looking for us now is because she wants to thank us. Let's go find her.
Ugh. Oh, that actually really hurt.
Whenever you are troubled.
So, if I am understanding this correctly, A lost her sister in the destruction of Conria. I can only assume that's what that is. And since then, she's been in stasis for 500 years, trying to stay the same and essentially ignore the erosion that both Venti and Zhongli are also going through. Oh, that actually really, really hurts. So does that mean Tepe's dead too? Along with Kazuo's dear friend? I'm sad now. I'm gonna start crying. I'm here. Hello.
Call me, please. See that he stays
Hey, Miko.
Why, hello, if it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine? A sign of piety, perhaps?
You literally told us to come meet you here!
I was just joking. I've been waiting for you.
Seems like someone's in a pretty good mood.
Mm-hmm. Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years was truly delightful.
And when you say years, you mean like centuries, like literal centuries.
By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne, with a Fatui Harbinger no less. Courageous and astute. I must say, I am most impressed.
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Defeating Signora head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations.
It exceeds my expectations as well.
Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to finally thwart the Fatui plan for once. They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another Gnosis.
Wait a second. Did you say Gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Oh.
What's wrong?
I handed that over.
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly? The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
You did... for once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
But why was the Gnosis in your hands?
After Yae created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, Yae handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since.
If I had just robbed the place, we could have like skipped this entire journey.
She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis.
Never knew I could fetch us a high price. No wonder I haven't seen the Balladeer since.
Well, what's done is done, and Paimon heartily thinks we'll be getting it back now. Let's leave the past in the past.
So that's 3, well technically 4 out of 4 Gnosises if you include the Saritsas. But all 3 gods we met have cut off ties with Celestia. I'm beginning to think all those like theories of why the Sarits is actually collecting them isn't exactly as far-fetched as I was thinking it was.
So anyway, you still haven't told us why you called us here today.
It's to thank you.
Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not?
It has. It very much has.
As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the past.
Ooh.
What would you like to know about?
About my fucking brother! That fucking little bitch!
Sorry, I haven't a clue. I'm also unfamiliar with the god you describe. But if you still have doubts about Yae, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her Gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process.
Having met her, I don't think she was the one.
That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relationship rather awkward, don't you think?
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
Yeah, I'm good.
I wish you the best of luck. May you soon discover the truth behind it all.
I mean, Sumeru is a place of wisdom and knowledge, so hopefully.
As for your brother's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it, and I will also borrow some of Ayato's people from the Shiumatsuban. I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you.
About the former Raiden Shogun.
I'm surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were two twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto. As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth.
I see.
In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them. Right up until...
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
Conria.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
So, I guess in a sense we're in a similar boat, because our brother hasn't died, but he's sort of our enemy, technically speaking. If we're against the Abyss, and he's a member of the Abyss, we're against him. I think I know who that is. I'm still in the middle of the story. Hold on. But, so we sort of relate to Yae, not Yae, A, in a way. Because she lost her sister, we lost our brother, so there's a sort of like even ground there.
Paimon feels like she understands A lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Wow.
So, if you're A's sort of familiar, does that mean Makoto had a different familiar? Okay, so tell me about the puppet.
That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there's one other thing on this topic that I suspect you may be curious to know. Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No. The prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test. The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it. Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness, until the Fatui took an interest in him.
Ugh, not the Fatui.
The Fatus.
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than his original specifications.
Surely, you don't mean...
Mm-hmm. The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer.
So you knew when you handed the Gnosis over to him that he's technically made an A's shadow.
What a crazy story!
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny?
So you knew that you were handing the Gnosis over to not only a Fatui member, but when you saw him, you almost probably knew that he was a puppet created by A. That is very interesting. Anyway, let's talk about the next step on my journey.
After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into loads of scholars from there on our journey so far.
We have very many.
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never-ending. But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge is a resource?
So, since it's not technically a spoiler, since nothing's out yet, I'm assuming that she knows about the Akasha system, which is something from Lord Rukkhadevata, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, who made a system where people can trade knowledge and access knowledge from a center system. I'm assuming that's what she's talking about.
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
So this is the first mention of her. Okay.
Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's a cute name.
It is. It's a really cute name.
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best.
We have a lot to discuss, like so fucking much. First off, hide your fucking gnosis. Or maybe give it away. I don't know at this point. Anyway, Miko, thanks, but I have no more questions.
Are you sure? Okay then. Oh, Traveler. Do you still have the Omamori I gave you?
And it'll stay in my possession till the end of time. Of course, I'll keep it in a safe place, aka my Mary Poppins bag.
Keep it safe. Is that all you intend to do with it? There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Yae Miko, the wise and beautiful.
Who in their right mind would do that?
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition?
I like how it says to be reunited with my brother, I guess. I mean, that is our only reason for being here.
I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now.
I don't think it's a small goal, but we'll get there when we get there.
Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a possibility.
But I still have the ability to control the elements, so... Of course, if I receive a vision, that means I would technically be restricted to only one element, instead of being able to assumedly use all 7. Which is an interesting thought.
Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Still recording though, thank God. Chapter 2, Act 3 complete. Omnipresence over mortals. Let's go! And there we go. Oh, you bitch. I am so close. I am so close. So fucking close to, AR-58. Is there anything else you gotta say?
Oh, did that all get a little heavy for you? I think you prefer me when I'm just teasing you, don't you?
Okay, no, I've already asked. I have no
Are
more
you
questions.
sure? Okay then. Oh, Traveler. Do you still have the Omamori I gave you?
Yep.
Keep it safe. Is that all you intend to do with it? There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Yae Miko, the wise and beautiful.
Who right mind would do that?
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition? I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now. Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a possibility. Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Maybe.
Please, see that he stays safe.
But I'm still on the camp that me having a vision would... Yeah, I don't have enough. I'm at 45, so so close. So close. That having a vision would limit me to just one element. Anyway, that is the end for... I blocked the mic again. Sorry. That's the end for the Omnipresence over Mortals. I loved this story, actually. It was really interesting to learn about everything, even though you didn't get to see most of it, or some of it. You saw part of it, and you sort of understand now. And I sort of understand now. Not you, me. And sort of understand now that, what's going on and how things are going. I didn't want to do that. I'll show my builds in a second. Before I go. Taking a photo to commemorate the moment. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this really scuffed journey. Because, of course, it's scuffed. It's me. It's taking me over an hour to get this done. It's taking me, like, I want to say maybe, like, 3 hours, roughly, to get this entire story done. And there we go. Save the moment. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Prepare for the next part. So, yeah.